Hey everyone, good day to you. I have another question for you today. What's your favorite pie? Okay, this pie shell is empty because I'm wondering what you would put in this pie shell. So, what's your favorite pie? And maybe your favorite pie depends upon the time of the year or the season, perhaps. Because sometimes in the summer or the fall, we might like apple pie or cherry pie or some other seasonal fruit pies or pies that remind us of summer in fall or spring. And during Thanksgiving and Christmas in the wintertime, we might be thinking of more seasonal pies like pumpkin pie. Right, when I think of Thanksgiving and Christmas, I think more of pumpkin pie. And also, when I think of pumpkin pie, I think of a rhyme that I learned when I was younger about somebody by the name of Peter who ate pumpkin. Oh, you might know this one too. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife but couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. And then there's a second verse. You might remember it. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had another and didn't love her. Peter learned to read and spell, and then he loved her very well. Oh, now these are some very interesting verses. And I'm not sure how to interpret them because I never thought of them much as when I was younger and learning this, but now it seems to me that there are some strange things happening in this rhyme. Don't you think? Listen to this. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife, but couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. He couldn't keep his wife until he put her in a pumpkin shell? What's that about? I mean, who wants to live in a pumpkin shell? Not me, and probably not Peter's wife either. Oh my. Second verse. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had another wife, and didn't love her. He learned to read and spell, and then he loved her very well. So he had another wife, and he wasn't able to love her until he learned to read and spell, or read and write? Well, this all seems a bit confusing, doesn't it? I think so. Now, there are some interpretations of this rhyme that point to the possibility that it's referencing a very poor relationship between Peter and his wife or his family. You think? Well, it seems to me this would be true. Peter wasn't too good at relationships. But why it's a part of a rhyme meant for children, I don't know. Anyhow, what I do know is that we do want to take care of the people we love. Do you know that relationships are a gift from God? That's right. And we want to make sure that we have positive and healthy relationships with our friends and with our families. For God is all about relationships. From Ephesians 4:32, be kind and tender to one another. Good relationship work pieces. Forgive one another. Another good relationship piece. Just as God forgave you because of what Christ has done. God has welcomed us into a relationship with Him that is built on kindness, tenderness, and forgiveness. So our relationships with each other should also show kindness and tenderness and forgiveness. You know, there's no way we should put people in a pumpkin shell. Of course not. We want to look out for each other, and we want to care for each other. Philippians 2 says, none of you should look out just for your own good. Each of you should also look out for the good of others. And even if we can't read or write or spell very well, it doesn't mean that we can't love and honor each other. We sure can. Maybe someone should have reminded Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater of this verse from 1 Timothy 5. Everyone should provide for their own relatives, and most of all, everyone should take care of their own family. We're a part of God's family, so let's be good to each other. You know, Galatians 6 says, let us not become tired of doing good. So when we can do good to everyone, let us do it. And let's try even harder to do good to the family of believers. Well, I got to tell you, I never want to be like Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater. Nor does my wife want me to be like Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater. She doesn't want me to put her in a pumpkin shell, and she wants me to love her even if I can't read or spell, right? Exactly. And that's how it should be with each other. Let's treat each other with kindness and respect and joy and peace And as always, let's wish days of joy and peace for each other, just as I wish for you. Have a great day, and maybe you can enjoy some pumpkin pie later. All right? Good deal.